Good afternoon, folks. We are at Singapore Changi Airport, and we're flying the Singapore Airlines 777-300ER from Changi Airport to Manila in the Philippines this afternoon. As you can see, baggage loading is just about to complete, and passenger boarding is in full swing at the moment. So let's go ahead and hop in the flight deck and use the time to review our flight plan and route going down to Manila, and then we'll do our departure brief and pre-departure checks and get going here. Okay, welcome aboard the flight deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at that flight plan down to Manila. Alright, so we're flying SIA 912, Singapore 912 today, Boeing 777-300ER from Singapore Changi to Manila Airport. Cost index of 85, initial cruising flight level is going to be 350, but we're quite likely going to step up to flight level 370 later. Total flight plan distance of 1,340 nautical miles approximately. Average headwind component of 2 knots. Not a whole lot of winds to contend with up at altitude. Carrying 268 packs today. Zero fuel weight of 218,000 kilograms approximately, and trip fuel 21,025 kilograms. Time en route is 2 hours and 55 minutes, and we're going to be releasing with 28,630 kilograms from the gate today. Route of flight today is via the Tillman 2 Alpha departure, then Lima 625 to Varan, or correction, Lima 625 to Lesmo, then November 884 to the Lubang VOR. At that point, we'll be joining the Lubang 1 Charlie arrival into Manila. And it looks like winds in Manila favor landing on runway 06 today. So that's what we're going to be planning on initially. And that's what we put into the FMC, but we'll see what the winds are doing once we get closer to the Philippines. So, should be a pretty nice 3-hour flight from Changi over to Manila this afternoon. Okay, let's test the oxygen here. Crosshatch showing, indicating that the oxygen test was good there. Gonna set the MCP up here, arm LNAV, VNAV. V2 set to, or the IS airspeed selector here set to V2 plus 10, 166 knots, heading 020, runway heading, and top altitude for a SID 3000 set in the altitude selector there. Flight instruments look good, and we'll verify that our fuel control switches are in cutoff, so let's go ahead and do our pre-flight checklist. Pre-flight checklist, please. Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instrument.
Heading is 323. Altimeter 1010.
Heading 323. Altimeter 1010. Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut up.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
And let's go ahead and do our departure briefing here. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is going to be a standard left seat takeoff off of runway 02 center with takeoff flaps 15 degrees and reduced Takeoff thrust at assumed temperature 50 degrees. V1 143, rotate to 148, and V2 is 156. The weather at Singapore Changi Airport, winds variable at 4 knots, visibility unlimited, few clouds at 1500 and broken at 13,000, temperature 25, dew point 23, and QNH is 1010. We are located at gate Echo 10. Correction, gate Echo 5 today. And let's review the taxi route down to runway 02 center real quick. Okay, gate Echo 5, and after push, we'll be taxiing via Echo Papa all the way down to hold point Echo 11 and hold short of runway 02 center for departure. During the departure, if any malfunctions before V1, such as engine failure, fire, loss of control, or aircraft unsafe to fly, I will call reject to reject the takeoff, brake, exit off the runway if able, and advise ATC. For any malfunctions after V1, we are going to continue the takeoff and treat it as an in-flight emergency. I will handle the controls and advise ATC, and you back me up with the appropriate QRH procedures and checklists. Pending that, we're going to be departing via the Toman 2 Alpha departure this afternoon off of runway 02 center, and the procedure for the Toman 2 Alpha is on runway heading 023 to Tokim at or above 2000, then we'll turn right to Dokta at or above 4000, then Hosba at or above 7000, then we'll turn left to Toman. Initial climb clearance is going to be 3000 feet. Transition altitude is going to be 11,000, and radar required, RNAV 1 required as well. And no real special considerations today for weather or terrain or anything like that, so we're all good there. And I think that's it for our departure brief today. Any questions?
No questions.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you. Have a safe flight.
Thanks. Okay, we got our load sheet in. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Can we pressurize the hydraulics?
Roger, you are cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
Jetways undocking there. Doors are closed. This is Imaginesim's Changi Airport scenery. It's a pretty nice scenery package, and combined with Samscene's Singapore City scenery, I think it is a very nice combination indeed. Really nice airport to fly in and out of if you like flying in Southeast Asia in flight sim and prepared.
Guys, everyone's seated. We're all buttoned up and ready to go in the back.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay, cabin is ready, door is closed. Let's go ahead and call for the before start procedure.
Are we cleared to pressurize?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to check that CDU1 here is set to the takeoff ref page. MCP speed window, I have that set to V2 plus 10. LNAV and VNAV are armed. Heading set to 020 initially. Let's set takeoff trim here. 6.25. And we'll request pushback.
Ready for the checklist.
Cancel ICAS. Before start checklist, please.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Passenger signs. On. MCP.
V2 166. Correction. V2 plus 10 166.
We are ready for pushback.
Heading 020. Altitude 3,000 feet.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 143, rotate 148, and V2 156. V2 156.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
6.2 units, 0 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Beacon. On. Before start checklist complete.
Cabin crew arm slides.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Okay, let's go ahead and release parking brakes here. Let's do a quick edit pushback. Let's push back to right about there. There we go.
Commencing push.
Let's start the clock.
All engines clear.
Start sequence is 2, then 1.
Check.
Start engine 2.
Starting 2.
Okay, oil pressure indication. Let's go ahead and move the fuel control switch to run.
Oil pressure.
N2 indications. Fuel flow is starting to come up, and we just had a light off. EGT is coming up rapidly, N1 coming up as well. And it looks like a good start there on engine 2. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. Start engine 1.
Starting 1.
Once again, going to wait for an oil pressure indication to show. There we go. Then we'll move our fuel control switch to run for engine 1.
Oil pressure.
And let that engine start up as well. And I love this beautiful classic livery from Singapore Airlines. They have never changed or refreshed their livery too much over their past 50 years or so.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Confirmation for good engine start.
Let's go ahead and confirm a good engine start, actually, so they can move out of the way. But Singapore Airlines has never really updated their livery too much since their inception, other than enlarging the size of, or enlarging the size of the Singapore Airlines text there on the side of the airplane. But other than that, they have kept it very classic, very old school, and I've always loved that about Singapore Airlines. Once you've got a brand and a brand image that works, why change it unless there's really a reason to do so? This is an awesome, awesome livery, recognizable the world over. Always love flying this airline, both real life and in the sim. Okay, good start looks like on engine 1 as well. Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Okay, let's go ahead and check our flight controls. Full left, full right, center, full up,
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Center fuel pumps coming on.
full down, center. And then we'll do the rudder pedals as well. Full left, full right, center. There we go. Before taxi checklist, please. Before taxi checklist, please.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Okay, before taxi checklist complete, and we're clear on the left. Clear left.
Clear right.
Okay, let's go ahead and start taxiing out here. Parking brake is released. And off we go. We're going to be making a Pretty tight turn here on Romeo 1, and then down Echo Papa to hold short of 02 center. Let's go. And with that pretty long fuselage here on the 777-300ER, you want to make sure to overshoot the turn ever so slightly, or actually a fair amount, in order to end up on center line as you come out of the turn here. That wasn't too bad. Okay, let's head down Echo Papa here all the way to the end, and we'll depart on 02 center. Beautiful airport. Changi Airport is always ranked among the highest in the world by Skytrax and other organizations that keep track of that sort of thing. Absolutely wonderful airport to visit in real life. See Silk Air and Scoot there. Singapore A330. Looks like a Cathay Pacific A350 there. That's pretty cool. And I think they're just about to turn into Terminal 4 if I'm not wrong. There we go. Terminal 4, of course, is the newest terminal here at Singapore Changi, opened in 2017. Sits on the site of the former budget terminal here at Changi Airport. And looks like it houses Air Asia, Cathay, Korean Air, and a few other carriers. And just like every other terminal here at Singapore Changi, it is absolutely top-notch and world-class. One of the finest terminal buildings, I think, anywhere in the world. And I think Singapore is setting aside a large amount of money to open up a new Terminal 5 sometime in this new decade that just started. And that should be awesome. I think travelers who fly through Singapore either to visit Singapore or connecting to destinations elsewhere in the world, since Singapore is quite the hub here in South Asia, we'll certainly be looking forward to the opening of T5 whenever that is constructed and ready for the public. Silk Air Airbus there. Just touched down. Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Flaps 15.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Okay, before takeoff checklist complete, let's go ahead and line up here and get going. Runway entry procedure.
Check. Clear on the approach.
Checked.
Approaching 02 center.
Looks like a Thai Air 787 there.
On runway.
Or an A350 actually.
Center.
Not quite sure. Okay, we're on 02 center. Stop here momentarily, line up, and then get going. Takeoff.
Check.
Let's watch for the engines to stabilize. And then we'll set takeoff power. Thrust ref.
Thrust set.
Checked.
Knots.
Checked. Hold.
Check.
V1.
Rotate.
Gently rotate to avoid a tail strike. And once we're airborne, we'll continue raising the nose here.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
400 feet. Climb. Feet to level off.
Flaps 5.
Speed check, flaps 5.
Flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Speed check, flaps up.
Let's go ahead and continue our climb here to our cruising flight level 350. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
Okay, after takeoff checklist complete. Departing beautiful Singapore Changi Airport here. And climbing through the clouds as we say goodbye. Okay, just crossing Tokim here. Then we're on to Dokta. Then Hospa. Just crossing to 10,000 feet as we come up on our transition altitude of 11,000 feet. The significant weather chart did show isolated embedded thunderstorms in a system here. Let's go and set standard. Transition altitude, standard set.
Standard set.
Okay, we're through transition. Continue our climb to our cruising flight level here. About 110 nautical miles to go to our top of climb. Okay, folks, we're climbing through flight level 220 here. And about another 67 nautical miles to go to the Tomin intersection, at which point we'll be off the Tomin to Alpha Sid. And 72 miles to go to our top of climb. Just under 10 minutes to go to top of climb. And 1,300 miles to go to Manila, which we should be reaching in just under 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. So sit back, relax, enjoy a few minutes of cruise ambiance here, and some Chaseplane cinematic camera views of the cruise, and through the magic of video editing, we'll take this flight up again as we come up on our top of descent into Manila this afternoon.
Climb 4000 feet and spot 0422. Locate for Pushback impact for runway 02. Correct 5 USS standby for number 2. Delta Bravo. Victor Bravo, Uniform Bravo, 340.
Okay, folks, welcome back. We are about 140 miles away from Manila International Airport, and just coming up in our top of descent here, so I'm going to roll our altitude selector here down to 4,000 as we've been cleared to descent via the Lubang 1 Charlie arrival. Are you ready for the approach brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, the weather at Manila International Airport, winds 280 at 8 knots, but variable between 230 and 320, so the winds are favoring landing on runway 24 as opposed to 06 as we were thinking of earlier. And we've already programmed the ILS 24 into the FMC here. So anyway, winds 280 at 8 knots, variable between 230 and 320. Visibility is 8 kilometers, few clouds 2,500, altimeter 30, temperature 30, dew point 22, and QNH is 1013. So we'll set that here for when we reach our transition level. Okay, and we're going to be arriving via the Lubang 1 Charlie arrival into Manila today. Let's go ahead and brief that arrival procedure. Okay, Lubang 1 Charlie arrival. Transition level is flight level 130. So from over Lubang, we will track on the Manila Radial 234 and descend to 5,000. At DME 25 from Manila, we're going to proceed to Hanel and track into Manila on the 243 radial. At Hanel, we're going to descend to 4,000. And then we'll proceed to the Manila VOR. Over the Manila VOR, we're then going to join the ILS runway 24 approach procedure. So let's brief this approach plate real quick. Okay, ILS Romeo 24. Localizer frequency India Mike Alpha 109.90. Final approach course 241. The final approach fix is at DME 7.5. Will be crossed at 2,500 feet. Decision altitude, minimum decision altitude is 375 feet, and a visibility of 0.8 kilometers. Airport elevation 75 feet. MSAs to the west of the Manila VOR is 4,200 feet, 7,000 feet to the northeast sector, and 5,000 feet to the southeast sector. In case we need to go missed, I'm going to call for go around flaps 15, and then we're going to track on the 241 radial, or track 241 degrees on climb to 4,000 feet. At 4,000, we're then going to turn left for holding at the Manila VOR or as instructed by ATC. VOR and DME required. And once we come in over Manila, the VOR, we're then going to go heading 080, DME 9.0, and then we're going to turn left inbound to intercept the localizer at 2,500 feet. This is going to be a flaps 30 landing today, and VREF is going to be 142. Final approach approach speed is going to be 147. And once we land on 24, we are going to try and exit on Romeo 4. And then we're going to be taxiing to Terminal 3 for parking today, so we're going to exit on Romeo 4, and then via Charlie 4, Juliet, cross 31 on Papa, and then via Delta to either Golf 14 or Golf 13 to one of the gates here at Terminal 3. So that's the plan. That's the approach brief. Any questions?
No questions.
Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Call. Checked. Notes.
Checked. V2 142. Minimums 375 feet. Set and checked.
VREF 142. 0 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Okay, descent checklist complete. Continuing our descent here.
UJ 6056, turn right 060.
Right 060, Blue 6056.
Cebu 0499150.
Alright, flight level 156, 467,000,
After 315, maintain traffic ATR.
Connect version,
Certification gathering flights heading 17519. Magnum 71% heading 350.
Okay, we're coming up in our transition level here of 13,000 feet. Flight level 130.
Captain 2815, line 150.
Line 150, that's
Transition level. Altimeters reset 1013.
UJ6056.
Approach checklist, please. 1013 set.
3.
1013. Approach checklist complete.
Turning left to Hanel now.
Direct Manila, Mandong 700.
Captain 2815, direct to Pata. RPLL 2815, direct to Pata. Contact control 1257. Okay, 7049, contact control 1257.
125.049.
Pwede. We're at 71 to turn right heading 070.
That's heading 070.
Through 10,000 feet.
Clear 712, change
Landing lights coming on.
1244.
So, what's the purpose?
And as you can see, it's a little hazy
Prepare for landing.
here in Manila this afternoon.
UJ 5830 is a 9,000.
10,000 with your target.
Clear 712, change 1244. confirm for that's for Magnum 712, sir. Magnum 712, turn right, 060.
Right, 060, Magnum 712.
There's Manila Airport down there. Kind of make it out through the haze. We're going to overfly it and turn right on heading 080 right after we cross over the airport, or right after we pass the VOR, and then come back in, intercept the localizer, and fly the ILS-24. This is PacSim's Manila scenery, which on a clearer day you'd be able to see the city of Manila, which has been modeled in some detail by PacSim. Okay, let's go and get our speed brakes out, and we're over the Manila VOR, so now let's go ahead and continue our descent down to 2,500. Let's slow to 220.
Cebu 621, maintain 7000. Blue Jay 5830, change 1244. Depart for Blue Jay 5830.
Flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Cross Covilandia 300 feet.
Cebu 621 approach. Cebu 621 radar contact, flight level 150. Flight level 150.
Queen 407, continue taxiout, expedite passing Echo 4.
Signature, expedite passing Q4, Philippines, Echo 4, Philippines, 407.
For 782, wind calm, runway 4, clear to land. Clear to land 24, observation.
Cebu 621, turn left.
2313 tower, good afternoon, continue approach runway 24, number 2, wind calm. Good, 693, contact departure, 1244, good.
1244, good, 693.
Tower, good air 650, 47, runway 3 park. Runway 622, target afternoon, cross runway 31, hotel 1. Cross runway 31, hotel 1, good air 622.
Flaps 5.
407, contact
Speed check, flaps 5.
1288, sir, Philippines 407.
Okay, let's go ahead and honor the approach here.
702 on copy. 702, target afternoon, cross runway 31 for hotel 1. Cross runway 31 for hotel 1 as an after
98, cleared up, 06.
098, report on the section. Report landed, Soler.
Call landed to the 998.
Route 72, begin the runway, group near 4, Echo 4, right side, first call 4. Echo 4, Echo 4, right side, first call 4,
Okay, coming up on 2,500 and returning left to intercept that localizer for 24. Flaps 15.
Speed check, flaps 15.
taxi Charlie, left Juliet, hold Papa. Good 72, taxi Charlie, left Juliet, hold Papa. Taxi Charlie, left Juliet.
A little hazy here in Manila, but still beautiful nonetheless. Okay, localizer capture.
437 Tower, good afternoon. Continue approach runway 24, number 2 in com.
You can see the glide slope coming alive. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is set to level 2.
Auto brake, RTO.
Correction, let's go to level 2, please. There we go. Glide slope.
Check.
Okay, down we go. Now let's slow to final approach speed, gear down. Flaps 20.
Speed check, flaps 20.
Blue 313, begin to runway Romeo 4, Echo 4, right Charlie.
Land 3.
Golf 4.
Check.
Echo 4, right Charlie, Golf 4,
Flaps 30.
2 right, pop,
Speed
cross
check,
runway
flaps
31,
30.
Golf 14 after the ATR. Right, pop, plus 31, Golf 14 after the ATR, correct. 780. 10437, wind cop, runway 24,
1000
gate to land.
Approach not stable.
Landing checklist.
Speed brake.
Armed.
301, 9 miles.
Landing gear.
Down.
301, tower, good afternoon, continue approach.
Flaps
runway
30.
Number 2,
Landing
wind cop.
checklist complete.
Visual.
Checked.
Landing.
Checked.
After crossing, contact from 121.
Okay, let's take it off autopilot here
After crossing, 121.
and land it manually.
It will depart runway 31.
Approaching.
231 to Taxi Charlie, left Juliet, hold your pop.
Minimums.
2391, good afternoon, the Foxtrot 5, line up left 31. Line up 31, left. Tower 7449, good afternoon.
100.
On Charlie. Yeah, Shannon.
50.
244, good afternoon,
20.
hold short, runway
10.
24744. 3689, good afternoon, hold short, Foxtrot 5, number. Hold short, Foxtrot 5, number 2, 3689.
Speed brakes up.
098 confirm
Reversers
on
normal.
the left. Good afternoon, 6051. To J6051, hold short
60
runway
knots.
13 capital. Hold short runway 13 to J6051.
Okay, we'll exit here on Romeo 3.
Philippine 37, vacate the runway by Romeo Echo 4, right Charlie. After 9098, request position. 9098, now taking up for West Element. 098 orbit, solar initially, depart runway 31. That will stay at Romeo 4. Okay. Philippine 301, vacate Romeo 1, winds calm runway 24. Pressure, Romeo 5, winds calm runway 2, straight to land. Runway 6, and Romeo 5, Philippine 301. 239, flying 3000, harbor on departure and cleared for takeoff. After that, departure, cleared for takeoff, runway 21. 15437, right Charlie, contact ramp 1288, afternoon.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at a replay of that landing, and then we'll come back here, taxi it into Terminal 3, and shut down.
Afternoon, continue approach runway 06, number 2, wind calm. 036 Instagram, traffic to depart runway 31.
Once again, this is PacSim's Manila scenery. Includes the airport and surrounding urban area, which is pretty cool.
G6239, climb 3000, departure runway 31, clear for takeoff. Climb for 3000, Arbon, departure, clear for runway 31. Pin 301, vacate the runway by Romeo 5, Romeo 6, right Charlie. 035, Romeo 6, right Charlie. 72 Tower, good afternoon, continue approach, runway 24, number 2 westbound. Airport, Charlie 24, movement, 7. Today, 60516 camera na 2 for data lang. Dito lang yung 2 for approval. Okay. 313, turn right top, cross runway 31, your passport. Right top, cross. Tower 720 Tower, good afternoon, cross runway 31 for Hotel 1. Get to cross runway. 712 taxi, Charlie, hold short, Golf 4. Charlie, hold short, Golf 4, 225, contact departure, 124, decimal 4, get up. Roger, monitor 124, decimal 6 for traffic. PJ 560 wind down runway 240. PJ 5830 begin runway by Romeo 2, Romeo 3, Juliet, with Papa. 712, hold short, go for traffic will locate. J651, climb 3000, Harbor departure, runway 31, clear for takeoff. J5830, Romeo 3, Juliet, hold short, Papa. Ito na 6-9er tower, turn and continue approach runway 24, number 2 will come. Approach, runway 24, J6056 by Papa, taxi runway 31.
Right, Papa, taxi 31, bridge 6056.
Number 712 wind come runway. Bridge 5830, by Papa, taxi runway 31. 712 by Charlie, cross runway 31 for Delta. 31 Delta by Charlie, 712. 6051, contact departure 14 for Gidam.
That's P3D AI traffic for you. Interesting, anyway.
Only 1869er, additional traffic heavy will depart, continue approach. The 1869er. Confirm, I'm clear to cross line November, Delta, correct, 712. Not to cross 31 for Delta, cross 7 Delta, 712. 712 expedite, Mio 4, Echo 4, right, Charlie. Mio 4, Echo 4, right, Charlie, Magnum 712. I just want to connection 1, 4, 5, 1, 712 revise, Romeo 3, Charlie, taxi 31. Romeo 2, Romeo 3. 712, turn left for November.
On taxiway.
Turn left for November for Johnson. Asia 02, maintain and heading climb 10,000 for takeoff. Come heading 702, clear for takeoff. Okay, so just on 741, step on the ball. Panya 741, continue approach, me 24, number 2 income. 771, taxi runway 506, hold short, no contact by traffic taxi runway. Okay, contact time,
Okay, we're back. Let's go and turn off the weather radar and call for the after landing checklist. After landing checklist. Okay to clean up.
Check.
And we'll go ahead and taxi into Terminal 3 here.
Delta 583, taxi goes 14, left on Delta, hold short, Foxtrot 5.
Actually, we'll continue on to Delta up ahead and turn left on Delta.
So 214, start about 1, contact up 128 for dispatch. Delta 583, turn left on Charlie for Hotel 1.
Copy, F-Fit,
Delta 583, turn left Charlie for Hotel 1. Hold short runway 24.
Lights and doors.
Delta 583, hold short runway 24, contact tower 1181 today.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
Tower 1181, Delta 583.
Here we are, gate 115. We'll go ahead and reactivate AI traffic once we're parked so they don't keep occupying the gates we intend to use here. Alright, 115.
Continue taxi Delta, hold short, Foxtrot 5.
And it's got the safe dock system installed there. Automated marshaller.
Evo 27 to move forward, hold short, Echo 4.
Okay, to be honest, that's as far as I'm willing to go, because otherwise I think the jetways will not be able to reach me. Okay, let's go ahead and shut down here. We'll check that the APU is running.
288-7555.
Okay, let's go ahead and shut down.
Cebu 375, continue taxi data left on Charlie for Hotel 1.
Let's request deboarding from GSX here.
Pressure 2143, standby taxi. Code short, gold 4.
I am ready for the checklist.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Hydraulic panel. Set. Fuel pumps. Off. Flaps.
Pressure 2143.
Set.
Hold position, Papa Tower 118 on the base.
Cut off.
Weather radio.
Off.
Off. Shutdown checklist complete.
Okay, shutdown checklist complete. Looks like baggage unloading has commenced. And passenger deboarding should begin momentarily. Okay, folks, welcome to Manila.
0272 Hotel runway 31, Papa Tower 1181 today.
As always, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I'll look forward to catching you again on a future video and a future flight. Take care. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Cebu 375, continue Hotel 1, Papa Tower 1181 today.
Ground 2805, good afternoon, day 104, request start up runway 24.
0805, start up approved, runway 24, contact ramp 12135 for pushback.
Approved runway 24, 1135, proceed to 0805.
Cebu 581, taxi Golf 1 Delta hold for Golf 1, Russian Foxtrot. Taxi Golf 1 Delta hold for
number 1, Boeing 737, 800, can pushback start.
Collision 807, start of approved runway 24, contact ramp 12111 for push.
Roger, start approach for runway 24, contact.